Well, good morning, afternoon, or evening, whenever you might be watching this. Hey, everybody, this is Brad from Coach Cruise, and I'm in the beautiful port of St. Thomas on the Carnival Magic. But I'm actually just sharing some news that John shared with us just moments ago, and it's concerning the Carnival Freedom, the bridge in Baltimore that collapsed, that was so devastating to that city and many other people's lives, and some other big cruise news. So I'm not going to say more than that. Here's John.
Well, it's been quite the week, hasn't it? Since my last video, when I did this last time, the biggest worry we had was that lady who was distraught and angry and threatened to take me off her Christmas card list because we didn't have The Bachelor being shown on the big screen, and she didn't know whether Joey had found love. Now, some of you had sent me a photo of Joey with his new love. So let me publicly congratulate you, Joey. I don't know the name of the lady, but we didn't show it, but the world has carried on. And ever since then, well, that was the biggest issue. And now there are obviously more important things to talk about. But before I highlight those, can I just say a big thank you to you, and you. Thank you. I'm not sure if you saw the earnings call. You wouldn't have seen that. But on CNBC yesterday, our Carnival Cruise Lines CEO, Mr. Josh, was on CNBC talking about the strength of bookings across the corporation and, of course, at Carnival Cruise Line, and how strong bookings are for this year, 24, and how incredible they're looking for 25. And of course, it leaves me to say thank you to you. And if you're looking to book a cruise for next year, please do it now. Put a deposit down, have a look, because they're booking like those donuts. What's the name of the donut where it's hot and everybody used to line up outside? Is that Dunkin' something? M&M's? I can't remember. But the reason that we have the strongest bookings is because of you. And I'm so very grateful, and I will continue to do all I can. But remember, for 2025, don't delay, because you might not get what you want. Now, here we are a week later from talking about The Bachelor. And the first thing that happened, of course, was the fire on the Carnival Freedom. Excuse me. I have a cold, but I'm not going to complain. There are far better and more important things to worry about. So I've got a cough. I'm taking laxatives for my cough, because now I'm afraid to cough. Let's give an old joke a home week. So I'm trying not to rock on my chair because I know it's annoying. The fire on the Freedom, that was very serious. Investigations are still going underway to see about whether it was a lightning strike and the other things. And there were a few armchair chief engineers going, yeah, was it? I ignored those because they weren't there. So who were there were, first of all, the crew that put the fire out. It was an extraordinary act again, and their training. Well, it comes into play straight away, and it shows you just how important that training is. And of course, a big thank you to the guests. They weren't allowed to go on the Lido deck for a few hours because for safety. And I know the crew took great care of everybody and did a wonderful job making sure everybody had dinner and enjoyed formal night. And I'm so glad that everybody was safe. There were no injuries. All the crew are fine. Now, some of you are asking about what's happening next with the ship. Well, we have cancelled the 2 cruises. At this time, there are no plans to cancel any other cruises, which is great news. Obviously, you can never be totally definitive with something like that. It is something that we will look at, and if we do need to make any more, we'll tell you, of course, in plenty of time. But the good news is, at the moment, there are absolutely no plans. She's in Freeport, Bahamas, and she's having all the safety checks done and all the other stuff. I'm not quite sure what they're going to do specifically with the whale tail. That's something that I'll tell you more about early next week when we get a few more details. But My apologies sincerely to the people who we had to cancel those 2 cruises. I hope you can take your full refund and your future cruise credit for a free cruise, and that you've booked or you're booking now. And again, don't delay, because they're so strong, the bookings. And I hope you book the same ship, because the crew are desperate to see you. They really want to provide you the fun that they were going to give you anyway. So 3 thank yous. A thank you to all the crew for the incredible work they did to put out the fire. A massive thank you to the captain who took the ship away into the rain to help extinguish the fire. And a big thank you to the guests who were on board and were so positive and so understanding and so fabulous. And to those guests who are going to rebook, who were on the cancelled cruises. Thank you. So we've just gotten through that. And then, of course, we had this awful tragedy in Baltimore. I'm going to tell you about Embarcation and what we're going to do and what the plans are in just a few moments. But if I may, I want to show you both sides of the humanity that we live in or live with today. And here's why. I've had 10, 15,000, maybe 20,000 comments over the last few days about this one subject. And I'm just going to read 2 out, which will, I think, show you the world we live in. It's a perfect example of the difference. Now, 99% of the comments were wonderful. 1% were far from wonderful. And excuse me before we start, excuse me. Sorry, did I mention I've got a cold? I don't think I mentioned it, did I? Both sides of humanity. 99% of the 20,000 comments that I received were wonderful. I'm going to read one of those. Then I'm going to read one from the 1%, only to show you that, well, I don't know why. I guess from a personal view, I'm just astonished. I'm astonished. Both these were written to me within 24 hours of the bridge collapsing and the search for survivors still ongoing. Let's start with one from Chad. And Chad wrote this. He lives in Baltimore, and Chad wrote this. The Key Bridge was like family, an icon, a sense of local and really national pride, as it was within 100 feet or so of where Francis Scott Key penned the poem that would become our national anthem. It is a heartbreaking loss, and more importantly, people lost family members and friends. It feels like a giant punch and not the reason we want to be on national and international news. Second to all of that, the crossing is the gateway to the port of Baltimore, which is one of the busiest ports in the country and the busiest auto import-export port in the country. It is blocked for what I assume will be weeks or months, and this is going to have a massive economic impact on the region, maybe even the country or even the world, as ships are stuck from leaving and coming. I know it's frustrating to cruisers, but please think about the lives lost.
To like and subscribe to Coach Cruise because he uses me and Cookie all the time, and it's going to get your face out there.
Yeah,
so you
that's
need to
true.
say,
hello everyone, I'm Mamacita at Sea. Remember, we're watching Coach Cruise. Like and subscribe.
All right, love it.
Economic impact this will have, and the transportation hell the locals will live with for many years while the bridge is being rebuilt. That's from Chad, who is one of our regular cruisers and a Baltimore native, and somebody who really does put into perspective everything that happened. The Key Bridge, he says, was like family, an icon, a sense of local and national pride. And I read this and all of the others that I got, and I read them, and it was quite emotional. It really was. And then here and there were ones that were completely different. And this one, which I won't mention the name of the lady who wrote it. I should mention her name, but it's probably best I don't. And this was within literally, again, 24 hours, probably less, more like 15 hours of this happening. And it's one sentence. Now the bridge is gone, it's time for Carnival to stop treating Baltimore like a third world country and send us a big new ship, not the Rust Bucket legend. Now the bridge is gone, it's time for Carnival to stop treating Baltimore like a third world country and send us a big new ship, not the Rust Bucket legend. I'll ignore the Rust Bucket comment, that doesn't even deserve commentary, but to write that within just hours of this bridge collapsing and people still wondering whether their family and friends are going to be found alive. I don't know, I found it, I don't even know what the right word is, disheartening, disgusting. So last night we sent an email to all the people who are booked on the cruise due to leave Baltimore on Sunday, which of course you now know is leaving from Norfolk. And I'll come to future cruises in a minute. So I see a few people saying, what about my cruise, etc., etc. So, and thank you to everybody who's writing. Very well said, Chad, says Jackie. Riding down the road, we always look for the bridge on the skyline. The bridge will be missed. So this is what we've sent the guests leaving on the March Sunday's cruise. I don't even know what the date is. It says, we have an update about your cruise, which, as we shared yesterday, will now be operating from Norfolk. Below are the details of our revised embarkation plans. The address of Norfolk's cruise terminal is Decker Half Moon Cruise Centre, and then we gave you parking instructions. And here's the most important bit, and the bit I wanted to reiterate. To allow you enough time to get to Norfolk, your arrival appointment will be adjusted by 2 hours. And then we gave you the list of the embarkation times below. So if you haven't got your email, haven't checked your email and you're cruising this coming Sunday, please do look. And then it says a bus service will also be offered back to Baltimore at the end of the cruise. And then we give you a little link for you to complete to let us know if you need that bus service. And then we'll take you back free of charge to Baltimore. The departure time is 7:30. And we know this is an unexpected change of plans, and we do appreciate everybody's understanding. We're even giving everybody a $100 onboard credit as well, which I think is very nice. A few, maybe one or two people have said, will we get a full refund if we don't want to cruise? No, I'm afraid you won't. And you won't get an FCC on this either. So hopefully you'll be able to get your way. But we're providing the complimentary transportation back should you need it. And also $100 per cabin, just to say thank you. We will have priority boarding in Norfolk for Diamond and Platinum and Suite guests and faster to the fun. All of that is still absolutely in place for you. Now, a lot of you have been asking me, and I mean a lot of you have been asking me about the Carnival Pride's repositioning cruise, which was due to leave from Baltimore, and further Carnival Legend cruises as well, including a transatlantic. I need your help, okay? I know you're desperate to know. We are obviously working very hard with the Port of Baltimore, Coast Guard, and all the other agencies that are involved. We have to take this on a day-by-day basis, but I promise you two things. Number one, we're going to give you plenty of advance notice what's going to happen for cruises after this Sunday. You won't get anything this weekend. It will be most likely be Monday or Tuesday at the beginning of next week that will tell you. That will still give you plenty of time. And I know some of you have got flights to rearrange and other possibilities, but the only reason we're not telling you is not that we don't want to, it's we still have to, a whole load of things that need to happen. But I promise you, we are going to do everything we can to make it as comfortable as possible and to get you to the ship and so that you can have the fun you deserve. So please, 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 please let me know. And I really do hope that you will be joining us for this wonderful, wonderful time on the ships. More news for each cruise. Please give it on a day-by-day basis. We'll get the news to you as quickly as we can. And before I move on, can I say one other thing? When this happened, literally when that bridge collapsed, and after the shock and of seeing it, I mean, it was like a movie. It was, this can't be real. My colleagues, the Beards, under the direction of our brilliant president, Christine, jumped straight into action. I cannot begin to tell you the complexities of getting an embarkation moved from one home port to another. It isn't just a question of picking up the phone and saying, "Hello, is that Stephen from Norfolk?" "Hi, Steve. Yes, sorry, mate. We're going to be bringing a ship to you on Sunday. Okay, so you know, just let you know there'll be 2,000 people. All right, cheers." No, it's a whole heap of things, and I won't bore you with listing them. But a massive thank you, and I know Christine and a lot of them will be watching this. So can I say a huge thank you, and perhaps you'll join me by pressing a heart button or a thumbs up button, just to say a massive thank you, not to me, because I've just sat here nibbling on a sausage roll, answering questions all day, but to my colleagues, thank you so very much for the brilliant work you do. I won't mention, there's so many names. Chris, thank you. I will mention Chris's name. Chris James, thank you so very, very much. Clarissa, Sarah, I mean, the list is endless, and all the port operations people. Thank you all for everything that you've done. We really do care, and we really do want to make this as comfortable as possible. It's a logistical challenge, to say the least, but that challenge is being met. And I can tell you they've been drinking a lot of green kale milkshakes over the last 24 hours, because they all drink that stuff, because they're all healthy. Anyway, talking of, shall we move on? Shall we? Let's move on. Talking of healthy, yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's that time you've been waiting for. Has John been called fat this week? Yes, he has. Like me and my partner, you're a fatty, John, says Carl. Thank you. So you should be an advocate for having a mini fridge in the stateroom stocked with drinks and multiple snacks to be purchased. Who knows what could happen? Having an empty refrigerator makes no sense. Now they need to be fully stocked again. Please have snacks and drinks available in the mini refrigerator. The only reason I read that is because I love it when I get called fatty and then get asked for something. It really spurs me on. The reason we changed this some years ago, I think it's probably been 7-8 years, is because most people didn't want it. It would be left empty, and a lot of the drinks and the snacks would go out of date, and we'd have to throw them away. So at the moment, there are no plans. Maybe I'll ask you again if that's something that you want to do. But, you know, as a fellow fatty Carl, I will do my... It's true. Doctor, help me. I can't see it. Why don't you dye it? Well, what colour is it now? Give an old joke a home week. Right. Now, stay with me, because I've got something to do, and it's called unboxing, because apparently I am an influenza, which I always thought was a type of a cold, which I have, but apparently I am an influenza, and I'm going to try and film this. In fact, I don't know if I'm going to do... Heidi! Can you help me film? All right, let me just turn the camera around. Yes, thank you. Dear. Yes, dear. Could you help me film? Ladies, yes, dear. Right, I have an unboxing to do. And here is the box, which was sent to me by Carnival Marketing. Those with the perfect teeth, the lovely smile, and who do such a wonderful job on Carnival social media pages. Don't forget to like and subscribe them on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Snappy Chat, and all the others. This is Celebration Key, and here we have the key. So many of you are so excited about our new brilliant private destination, and in the coming days and weeks we'll have lots more information to tell you about all the different restaurants and all the different things that are going to be happening there. So stay tuned, and I'm going to tell you all about that. But this is something which I'm going to unbox now. It was sent to me because I am a binfluencer. That's like an influencer, but I put the bins out and then all the neighbours copy me to know when to put the bins out. So I'm actually a binfluencer. Don't laugh at that. Taking this off. You want to film it in there for me? This is so heavy, my goodness. So in here we have a all packed for paradise luggage tag. It's my own personal one with my name on there. We have these Celebration Key beautiful glasses. We say Celebration Key and Carnival, 2 of those. And this gorgeous bottle island style, I guess this is rosé wine, is it? Oh yes, rosé wine art edition. Beautiful, look at that. So this is to mark Celebration Key, and I am going to be auctioning this off a little bit later tomorrow actually. I'll put a thing on my page, and we're going to auction this off for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. And this is to get you so excited, and you should be, about Celebration Key. I've got something here. Am I supposed to read this? Your key to paradise, welcoming guests in the summer of 2025. So you get this, the glasses, this. They're not available for the general public yet. Maybe we will do, I don't know. But some lucky winner is going to get this. And you get the card and a free piece of like chewing gum that's on the back of that there. So absolutely fabulous. Thank you so much for sending me this. And there it is, the key to Celebration Key, which is going to be, without doubt, the #1 destination, private island destination in the whole Caribbean. How about that? Thank you for watching. Thank you to all of you. A message to the person on the Conquest. If you're watching this, you know who you are. The person on the Conquest who decided to steal all of the toilet seats from the public bathroom on deck 5. You know who you are. I don't know why you did that. Our security teams are investigating, but so far they have nothing to go on. Goodbye.
Absolutely.
Just because I've been given the honor of bringing out Celebration, it doesn't make me any bad than the incredible team that are out there that do such an awesome job.
Oh, sure.
And secondly, and this one is huge, like and subscribe. Ring that notification bell so you know when this man is posting more videos.
I appreciate that, you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Lee.
I just can't get away from a good time.